Hello besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be doing a bit of an April reset video. I really want to focus on cleaning my space, both honestly my physical space and my mental space. I feel like over the last few weeks I've grown very cluttered and I don't really like that feeling. I have like stuff everywhere. My kitchen was dirty, my office is pretty dirty. There's just some things that need to get taken care of. Also my book space, like my bookshelves and my books and my reading journal, like so many things are just feeling a little scatterbrained. And so like you guys just saw, I just tackled my kitchen a little bit, cleaned all the dishes, unloaded the dishwasher, cleaned the counters, cut up some pineapple, and we're feeling good. Honestly, the next thing that I'm feeling like resetting a little bit is both my office and then also my books. My bookshelves have gotten a little bit out of hand. Like my TBR is all spread out. There's books that I want to unhaul and I'm kind of over it. So I think right now what I want to do is start with a quick little book unhaul. Show you guys some books that I've gone through and have decided that I think I'm going to donate. And then maybe a little bit later in the video we can completely, maybe not completely, but do a bit of a bookshelf reorganization so I feel less cluttered in my brain. These are the books that I am thinking about unhauling, and I am trying really hard to only read the books that I want to read right now. I feel like I have been given a lot of books. I'm in book clubs. I don't know. I kind of find them in random places and then some of them sit on my shelf for a really long time. And I'm like, no, I'm going to feel so good if I read this book and get it off my TBR. But what if I don't want to read that book anymore? And I feel like at that point, I need to be okay with letting go of the goal, letting go of the accomplishment that would come with finishing that book if I don't feel like that book is going to serve me right now. And there's a few books in here that are like that, and you'll see. The first book that I want to donate is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I DNF'd this book somewhere around 50 to 100 pages. I really didn't like the characters, didn't love the writing style. This one, not for me. Someone else is gonna love it way more. Then next we have Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I feel like this is a bit of a surprise, maybe, but the issue that I have with this book is I DNF'd the second book in this series because I just really hated the characters. Like I just, especially the guy in it, like I just didn't like anything about it. And that was frustrating because I loved the first book in this series. And so honestly, I don't see myself anytime soon picking up the second book and then going into this one, because you do have to finish the second to understand the third. And all of these books are on Kindle Unlimited. So if I get the urge to like finish the second book and then go into the third one, I can, but I don't need to own this and it just sit on my shelf and haunt me and beg me to read it when I don't want to. Next, I have Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. I liked this book, but I didn't love it. It's not something I'm ever gonna think about again, and I think, again, there are people out there who are gonna like this book way more than I did, and so that's kind of all I have to say about that. I'm never gonna read this again. Then I have The Runaway King, which is the second book in the False Prince series, and I liked this book again, but I didn't love it, and it's to a point where I probably won't finish this series. And it's at no fault of this series. It's more so the fact that this book is, or this series is middle grade, and I don't really love middle grade books as an adult. Again, this might be a bit of a shocker, but next I have The Inheritance Games. I read this book like 2 years ago, liked it, didn't love it. Again, it felt just too YA for me to want to continue this series. Then lastly, this book is, you know, I'm struggling. This is the one where I'm not really sure if I should get rid of it or not, but that book is Lives of Girls and Women. This is on my list of books that I want to read in 2025, but unfortunately, I feel like I made that list again trying to just check off the books that have been on my TBR for a really long time. And I, like when push comes to shove and I really think about it, I don't know if this is the kind of book that I'm going to enjoy. Also, I've read multiple Pulitzer Prize winners recently and I have hated all of them. So I don't really know who decides who wins the Pulitzer Prize, but I have not loved any of those books. And then the last book that I have here is One True Loves. I'm not unhauling this. I just need to give it back to my friend. So it feels like it's kind of in a similar category. This was good. I did like this. So I think that's it. I think at some point I would love to go to like Half Price or Goodwill and just see if I can get rid of these, give them to someone who will like them more than I do. I think right now I'm gonna relax. I got off of work a little bit ago now, and I have just been absolutely itching for some like relaxing time, reading time, crochet time, YouTube rot time. Believe it or not, I've had very little of that the last week or so, and yeah, I need it, and that's what I'm gonna go do right now. And then we'll jump back into being productive and getting my April life and reset going. I have been sitting here reading and rotting on and off for the last like hour and a half. And honestly, I feel like that's just as important in a reset as like clearing your physical space, your mental space, just like taking the time that you need to reset in all ways. And honestly, something that I really needed was time to just relax and read a book and chill, and that felt really good. I am currently reading, thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update, Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. This is the 4th book in the Magnolia Park series, and I am just really enjoying this series so much more than I thought I would. It's all about like drama in London, rich people. You guys have all heard it before. This is a very popular series, and so I finally got my hands on it, started it, and it's good so far. I will say I'm a little bit, I don't want to say bored, but there's parts in this book that like I feel like I kind of just read in the Magnolia Parks book because they're happening concurrently. So it all feels like a bit familiar to me. Things are going to pick up between Daisy and Christian pretty soon, I think, and I am just kind of waiting for that to happen because I really love them. So yeah, so far this is really good. Honestly, it just felt so good to sit here on my phone reading my book. Like I seriously have not done that in quite a while. I feel like it has been really difficult for me to just like sit and relax. And yeah, now I have about 30 minutes until I need to leave to go to Run Club, and that'll be really fun, get my exercise in, and then I'll probably check in with you guys tomorrow or just the next time that I'm doing something productive for my April reset. Hello everyone, and happy Thursday. I just put in a load of laundry. We are continuing with the productive April reset vibes, and I'm hoping that today I not only wash my clothes, but also fold them because I tend to let them sit for an abnormally long amount of time, and we're not gonna do that this month. No, we are getting it done. We're putting our clothes away, and it's gonna feel so good. I feel like that is thing number 1 on my to-do list today. And then the second thing that's part of my reset that I feel like is more on the fun side versus the, I don't know, productive side. It's productive, but it's not like laundry and cleaning, is I want to update my digital reading journal. I have not focused on this in several months, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. The last few months have been kind of crazy, and I haven't had a ton of time to focus on my personal hobbies and passions. That includes YouTube, that includes reading, that includes crafting, all of that kind of stuff. And so I would love to dedicate some time to catching up on my digital reading journal. I'll like screen record it. We'll do it together. It's going to be great. Also, if you guys happen to be looking for a digital reading journal, I actually have an Etsy shop that I started pretty recently. And if you wanted to support me and get your hands on the reading journal that I designed, you absolutely can. So I'm gonna link that down below, but I miss working on this and I'm really excited to update it. I definitely want to fill in like an April TBR, wrap up the books that I read in March, all of that kind of stuff. It's been so long, so I'm really, really excited to get to this and update this. Also, I'm thinking about the end of year flip through that I want to do, and I can't have a bunch of like blank pages. That's going to be really frustrating for me. So I do want to go back in and take a look at the last few months that I did not fill in and do those as well, because it's not like a ton of information, so I think I'll be fine. It's just actually sitting down, taking the time to do it. I think that's it from me though, so I'm gonna see you guys in a couple of hours when we dive back into the reset and I finish all my work for the day.
To the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
I folded my clothes, I finished my work, and so now I definitely want to decompress a little bit and reset in my reading journal. Like I said earlier, there are quite a few spreads that are just completely bare, and so I want to not only update my reading for like April, my April TBR, everything that I like am planning to do upcoming, but also just try and loosely fill in all of my books and my reads from March and February, because those are starkly absent in my reading journal. So I think I'm just gonna put some music on, relax in my chair, and then just go back and forth between my Goodreads and my reading journal and get my reading brain all sorted. I've just been feeling like it's difficult to relax lately, and I really want to continue to dedicate time and carve out time for doing all of my cozier and more relaxing hobbies. I'm really good at carving out time every day to work out and like eat healthy and see friends. But when it comes to like reading a book, update a reading journal, like I don't know, anything like that, it feels less important, and then I don't make time for it. And so honestly, doing a reset where I'm resetting everything feels like the perfect opportunity to do this. So I'm gonna record my screen and hop into this and literally just vibe, and I'm so excited. Hello, my sweet friends. It is the next day. Today is Friday, and last night I spent some time updating my digital reading journal. Honestly, it felt so good to update everything. I feel like I haven't taken time like that to do that. I did it a little bit in the afternoon, and then later last night I turned off like all the lights in my office, turned on just a few little like lights and lamps, and just snuggled up in my little reading chair and updated this. And so I wanted to share it with you guys before I go and do some more reset related stuff today. I'll take screenshots of this because my camera died, or something ran out of storage, something stopped happening, so I didn't end up getting a full screen recording of everything. Also, all the pages aren't fully done yet, but I thought an update was better than nothing. So first I updated my bookshelf, which I still need to add in some of the ratings, but these are all the books that I've read so far this year. And again, this is so much less than I usually read, so it's weird that like it's April and these are the only books that I've read. But honestly, I feel like the quality has been pretty good. We've had quite a few high ratings, and so I'm really happy about that. And then the next sections that I went through and updated were the monthly spreads, going all the way back to my January reflection. So I updated my favorite book. I filled in some of the little different like prompt sections, if that makes sense, like more reflective, asking how you feel about things. I also added in some stickers, and my favorite book in January was my book club book, so that was pretty fun. And then we got into updating my February TBR, and so I added like just cute, sweet little like romantic pictures. And interestingly enough, I don't actually usually read very many romances in February, because I associate romances with warm weather and like happiness and sunshine, but February is like a cold month, and I don't like associate Valentine's with being a cold month, but it totally is. And so this is like cute and sweet, but I don't think I actually read any romances in February. Yeah, so this is my wrap up for February. So not romance. I guess Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton is like kind of giving February, but it's not a romance book. So in February, I did the tandem read. I finished it. I started it before February, but I finished it during February. And then, yeah, I also listened to Dolly Alderton's memoir, and all of these were incredible. I loved them. Then I did my February reflection, same thing here. I couldn't really pick a favorite for the tandem read, so I did both. Then we're gonna skip my March TBR because I have not finished that page, because I don't know, I didn't really set a TBR in March, so I'm not exactly sure how to handle it. But this is my March wrap up. And as you guys can see, we're slowly increasing every single month. In January, I read 2 books. In February, I read 3. In March, I read 4. So hopefully this just keeps going up for the rest of the year. That'd be great. And yeah, I really enjoyed some of these books, others not so much. Magnolia Parks was definitely my favorite. I do still need to fill in the rest of my March reflection, but I added like all my stickers and stuff, and it's just looking so cute. I love it. It's just so sweet. I tried to kind of stick with the green St. Patrick's Day theme, and it worked out so well that Magnolia Parks 3, like the next one, was my favorite book in March because it's green and it just matched. I don't know. I thought it was so sweet. And then I set my April TBR, and this is funny. I just literally like 10 minutes ago filmed my April TBR video. And so when I was filling this in, I was just filling it in based on vibes. I did not have an official April TBR set. So I'm not sure if I should like go back in and update this to include my TBR that I just filmed, or if this is fine, if I should just stick with the vibes that I was feeling last night. I'm probably gonna leave it like this if we're being completely honest. And then I wanna jump down into my trackers. I have not updated all of these yet. I still need to do that. But the ones that I wanna show you guys that I feel like are turning out super, super cute are my ratings tracker. So I filled this in based on obviously all the ratings that I've had so far this year, and pretty good. We have a lot of 4 and 5 stars, which is great, and no 1 stars, very few 2 and 3 stars. So honestly, wins all around in my opinion. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is the genre tracker. I was actually pretty surprised when I was filling this out because there's only 1 romance in here, and that romance is Magnolia Parks. Like, do we count those as romances? I don't know. They're kind of more like drama or fiction. And so, yeah, my most read so far this year is fiction, which is kind of wild. And then fantasy, that makes sense. I feel like I'm always a pretty big fantasy reader. So yeah, but anyway, just like filling all of these spreads in made me feel so much more aware of all of the books that I'm reading. And I feel like I am just like literally mentally and like bookishly reset. I can't even explain that. Like now I have an awareness of the books I've read, the genres I've read, and there's still a little bit of work to be done. Maybe I'll do that tonight, but we'll see. Now here's my plan for the rest of today. It is Friday. It has been raining all day today and the last several days. That's spring in Texas, I guess. This is my first one. And so what I would like to do is at the very least go to Half Price Books and try to sell my books to them. I've never actually done that before, so I'm gonna try. I really don't know how that works. And then if that doesn't work, maybe I'll donate them on a different day, like go to a Goodwill or something. And then the other thing that I would like to do, but I don't know if I'll be able to, is run to Target. They're like kind of close to each other, and so there's a few things that I just like need that I feel like would be kind of nice to get out of the way today versus having to go do that over the weekend. So we'll see. I'm the only reason I'm not 100% sure that I want to do it is because, again, it's raining. It's not right now, but it's like on and off all day today, and like driving in the rain, it's not my favorite. I will keep you guys posted. Obviously, you will see. And I will check in with you guys when, hopefully, I've completed more of the reset, because that would be nice. Guys, you're absolutely right now. I almost never actually take like real clips in half price. I have too many things to hold. I found these 2 books, which are like relatively new releases in terms of the covers. Like, oh no, these are new releases. These aren't even her old series. New releases for the Elsie Silver series. I found Archer's Voice, which I've read this already. I don't need it, but I loved it. This is where I'm shitting myself. I found original printed copies of the Magnolia Park series. I'm literally reading this right now. Like, my heart is pounding. I wasn't even gonna buy anything. I came to sell my books. It's a couple days later now, but I wanted to not only wrap up the reset, but also do a little bit of a book haul from Half Price because, I mean, you guys saw I was having a field day in there and I genuinely only went to sell my books and they did not give me nearly as much money as I thought they would, which like could be a little bit delusional in my head. I really didn't think about it beforehand. But for all those books that I sold them, I got back $10, which I'm not gonna complain. $10 is $10, but wasn't what I thought those books were worth. So I don't know if you can like negotiate it or not. I have no idea. So I just took the money. I was gonna say took the money and ran, but no, then I browsed the shelves and, you know, I looked around quite a bit, went to the romance section, the fiction section, sci-fi, fantasy, whatever, looked around, wandered back into romance, and that's when I saw these. And I knew the second that I saw them that I had to buy them. I've just been loving this series and I'm obsessed with the indie published editions of these. Before I even started the series, I considered ordering them from the UK, I think, but it was extremely expensive. And I was like, do I really want to drop this much money on a series that a lot of people don't like? Like, I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it. And so I held off and I ended up just buying the traditionally published covers as I bought them, or I've been reading them from my library when they become available. Like, I have the last book on hold right now. And so yeah, this is obviously my, well, now I've finished this, but when I started this video, this was my current read. And so I just absolutely love having these. Picked these up, had to buy them. Only ended up actually paying like $9 that day, but I did use the $10 that I got back. Details. So I bought these and then I ended up putting back Archer's Voice and the 2 Elsie Silver books, mostly because, again, I was not there to bookshop. Like, girls got a budget, I have to stick to it. But also, I know that I can get the Elsie Silver books on Kindle Unlimited. And so I think it's one of those situations where if I bought them, I'm probably more likely to read them on my Kindle anyway. And so I couldn't justify it quite yet. You know, the whole trophy thing, I couldn't do it. So maybe if I end up loving her new series when I do decide to start it, then maybe I can, you know, keep an eye out for them the next time that I go thrifting or that I go to Half Price. But yeah, I decided to put those back and really just get the 2 books that I desperately wanted. So these are gonna go on my bookshelf facing out because they're so freaking beautiful. And then after Half Price, I did go to Target. I did not get any clips there. I forgot. My sister called me in the car on the way there, and then I was just like on the phone with her in the car, on the phone with her in the store, did not take any videos. Got what I needed, and now we're here. Now it's like not a few days. We're like almost 2 weeks into April now, and I'm feeling a lot better. I feel like this wasn't just an April reset, but maybe like my spring reset. I don't know. I feel really good. And so thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of this video. I tried to have lots of bookish reset stuff in here because I know that's what you guys all love. But I think that's gonna be it from me. Again, don't forget, if you're interested in the digital reading journal that I designed, I'm gonna link my Etsy store down below. And yeah, I'm still trying to get that more up and running. There's more stuff that I'm gonna be putting on there. So I'm very excited. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment down below the little, in honor of Daisy Hates, comment down below the paint emoji. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day and a great reading month, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.